Hi everybody, it's Monday, March 30th, 2009. Thanks for stopping by. I have a video in my favorites that I think you should watch. I believe it's the last one, the most recent video in my favorites. It is just a compilation of some of the footage from Gaza, some of the images of the aftermath of this horrible assault by the world's fourth largest army on a defenseless group of starving refugees who are interned in this huge prison camp which they call Gaza, the Gaza Strip, which they claim that they no longer occupy this prison, but they do control the air, they control the sea, they control the borders, and they control everything about life in the Gaza Strip, including how much food and water and fuel and medical supplies get in, which very little is getting in up to this point. Now, I know that the supporters of Israel, they come up with videos of people demonstrating against Israel who have gone too far. They've got racist signs, or they are flipping off the camera, they're being angry or disruptive, and you can always find examples of people doing these things no matter where they're from or what they believe in. You can find examples of people going too far, you can find examples of people being racist, but I don't think they can really they don't have anything really to compare with this video from Gaza. There's no you just can't get this kind of horror unless you look at the Palestinian population. And it's pretty bad in the West Bank. It's pretty bad. It's not really great for Arab Israelis because they live with discrimination too. No matter what anybody tells you, they really are discriminated against. But the sheer horror of what happened in Gaza is just indescribable. The thing that scares me the most about Gaza is not simply that it happened, but the idea that people might get used to this, that this might somehow become acceptable because we allow it to happen, and we look at it and yet we don't see the horror of it because it's not people, it's Arabs. And this is really destroying us, I believe. The fact that we're allowing this to happen and we're watching this and we're getting used to it. Just imagine if we had looked at the pictures of the people who were found in the concentration camps in Nazi Germany, and we had looked at that with the view of the Germans were right, and let's find a way to get used to this. Let's find a way to justify this, what they did to these people. Sure, they're starving, but they are Jews after all, right? What if we'd been thinking like that? What if we got used to the pictures of piled up corpses and starving people back then? We didn't. We knew better because we were already the enemies of the Nazis. So it horrified us. It shocked us the way it should have. But what scares me really more than anything else is that our own bias is not going to allow us to feel the outrage and the shock and the horror that we really should be looking at, that we really should be feeling when we look at these images, and that it will corrupt us in a fundamental way, and degrade us, and allow us to become monsters if we aren't already. These images are so disturbing to me. I mean, look at the video. You really need to watch this video and see the rows of dead toddlers lined up on a board. 2, 3-year-old children. They look like they're asleep, but they're, except for the blood. Just amazing. But what really just shocked me and horrified me to the core was the little baby girl that they found. She had been dead for days when they finally got her, because the Israeli army was threatening to kill anyone who came into the area to give aid or to remove the dead or to tend to the wounded. And they finally got this little baby girl and showed her to the camera, and her body was burned black. Her legs and arms were gnawed off by the dogs. And she was crushed by a tank, an Israeli tank. But when they lifted her to the video, her head drooped, and when they pulled her up higher, her head flopped back, and it was a little baby girl, 1.5 years, maybe 2 years old. I don't remember, but I've got a little baby girl. I've got a girl that's 1.5 years old. Sorry. Okay, I've got a little baby girl that's 1.5 years old. And just to begin to imagine that was my girl, it's just, you can't imagine that feeling. And it isn't right. What's been done, what is being done, what will be done to these people, it cannot stand. No more little baby girls can be burned alive and run over by tanks and eaten by dogs. It just can't be allowed to happen. For the sake of racial privilege. Okay, people? That's what this is. Give it up. Give your fellow human beings the same respect that you give yourself. Stop killing them. Stop stealing their land and their things. Give up this ridiculous distinction that you make between yourselves and the others. It doesn't really exist. You are them and they are you. There is no difference between Arabs and Jews. They're all the same. So, I apologize, but I have to get through this. I have to say what I mean to say no matter what. I won't stop just because I'm blubbering like a little girl. But anyway, check out the video and hope to God that it horrifies you. If it doesn't, you've got a problem. Thanks for watching.